Next year might be the most ambitious MCU year since Endgame. Every single project has a built-in groundswell hype around it, except for one. Vision Quest. Will it be the Wink Link or the secret weapon for the Red Brand's 2026 slate? 2 movies, 2 animated shows, 2 series, a special presentation, and a partridge in a pear tree. Every single project in the 2026 slate comes with a mass level of hype, but Vision Quest, Paul Bettany's return to the character, might be the only question mark. What is this show going to do differently? How is it going to compete with the rest of this lineup? Let's dive in and find out. So next year alone, Marvel Studios is putting out Spider-Man Brand New Day and Avengers Doomsday, 2 movies who are already slotted for a 10-figure mark at the box office. We're also getting on Disney Plus, Daredevil Born Again Season 2, and a Punisher special presentation, 2 projects from one of the most beloved corners of the MCU. On the animated side, we're getting Season 2 of X-Men 97 and Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man, 2 projects that I consider some of the best Marvel Studios work this decade. And just for fun, let's throw in Insomniac's Wolverine game coming out next year, which many believe could be as good as Spider-Man PS4, one of, if not the most beloved superhero games of all time. Every single project comes to this natural hype. It's a continuation of something that we've already seen and loved, and that's what makes next year one of the most anticipated years in Marvel Studios history. And then there's Vision Quest. Vision Quest, releasing on Disney Plus next year, is at the bottom of virtually every single hype list online. Paul Bettany returns as White Vision, who we saw at the season finale of WandaVision. Paul Bettany recently gave us our first little crumb on what this show might be about. He said it's about intergenerational drama, fathers and sons, and discovering who you are. A father-son story in the MCU. Finally, it's untread territory for Marvel Studios.
Yeah, I've seen this one. This is a classic.
Of course, as long as you don't count Iron Man 2, Thor, Guardians 2, Black Panther, and Shang-Chi. It's something that we've seen before, but that key word from Bettany's quote, intergenerational, adds that third layer with Ultron coming into play. This all but confirms that both Ultron and potentially Vision's son, Tommy Maximoff, will make an appearance, and it's already a very messy family tree because Ultron, voiced by James Spader in Age of Ultron almost over a decade ago, was the technical creator of Vision, but so was Tony Stark, Bruce Banner, and Jarvis. Tommy Maximoff is technically the son of Vision, but really he's a manifestation of grief brought to reality by Wanda's chaos magic and latched onto a lost soul that had already passed away. Classic comic book stuff, right? But that's kind of the hook of the show. You know, layers of family drama through robots and magic and Infinity Stone energy all brought together. If Paul Bettany's Vision was not the longest running character in the MCU, literally been here since day 1, 2008 as Jarvis, it'd be a tough sell, but I bet the producers are gambling on the fact that audiences know what Vision is, they know what he's about, and if it wasn't clear before, WandaVision really showed everybody that Vision, a robot. Interesting character, but we've gotten used to him enough and we can see he can bring some real character development and some deep storytelling into his role.
What is grief, if not love persevering?
Speaking of WandaVision, Vision Quest is essentially Season 3. It started out with WandaVision with a story about Wanda and Vision, and then we moved on to Agatha All Along last year, where Billy Maximoff really got his continuation of the story. Now we move on to Tommy, where we assume he will be the main focus of Vision Quest. And what makes this a quote-unquote Season 3 is that you can see each show bleeding into one another. At the end of WandaVision, White Vision flies off to go discover who he is. At the end of Agatha All Along, Billy Maximoff flies off with the Patronus Agatha to go find Tommy, and now we're here at Vision Quest. Fans are hoping that this really wraps up Vision's story while also putting on the board a full-powered Tommy and Billy Maximoff to eventually join in a Champions or Young Avengers project with Iman Vellani's Kamala Khan and Haley Steinfeld's Kate Bishop. It'll be really interesting to see how people respond to Tommy Maximoff, with Billy Maximoff being such a standout star in Agatha All Along. On top of all that, it's also the return of Ultron, the stepchild Avengers villain from over a decade ago.
I'm back.
people have been wanting James Spader back in this role for a long time. A chance for Ultron to move up that villains list that he, I think, undeservingly is lower on. It's also the guy from the original Iron Man coming back as the leader of the Ten Rings. This show has a lot going on for it. There is one downside. Jac Schaeffer, the writer and showrunner of both WandaVision and Agatha All Along, will not be joining the crew for Vision Quest as the pseudo season 3. She felt that she had to step away for the timing with Agatha All Along and Vision recording at similar dates. It's a tough loss because when you watch Agatha All Along and you watch WandaVision, you can see Jac Schaeffer's presence. You can see how she is the magic spark that makes these weird, quirky, strange stories work. Now, that's not to say Vision Quest won't work, but with a story this wacky, it'd be nice to have Jac Schaeffer there grounding everything with that comfortability that she's done it before. Her presence will be missed. So, in a year full of a stacked lineup with literally the biggest names in Marvel history, Vision Quest, how does it stand out? How does it bang the drum? It's really in a spot where it's getting that notion, who asked for this? But if you look back, it's kind of been the sweet spot for Marvel Studios on Disney+. Think about the last few years of those who asked for this projects. You got your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man, which was fantastic. Agatha All Along, fantastic. I'm even going to throw in Thunderbolts, a big time who asked for this, which I think is the best comic book movie of this year. None of those projects had the hype, but they all turned out much better than expected. So why are we sleeping on Vision Quest? Marvel Studios, especially on Disney+, kind of on a roll. Sure, it's going up against Daredevil, Spider-Man, and the X-Men, some of the biggest heroes ever, and some of the most anticipated projects of all time. We're getting our third Spider-Man. We're getting a real Daredevil Born Again. Season 2, X-Men 97 is finally coming back to set up what we assume will be the X-Men of the future. And I'll say it again, and then there's Vision Quest. But I'm just putting it out there. Put this in your tickler file. Vision Quest might surprise a lot of people in 2026. So, are you excited for Vision Quest? If not, what is your most anticipated Marvel Studios project of 2026? Let us know right here in the comments. I'm Matt Rimke. Until then, I'll see you next time.